It's time to wave the green flag on the second half of the season here for the NASMAR Community Cup Series racing season. Here we are at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, the 1.54-mile monster, recently configured to a super speedway style of racing that's already showing lots of wear and tear on the racing surface itself. Today, we have 36 different drivers getting ready to see who can take the trophy here under the lights for the first time in about 10 years in the Quaker State 400. It's going to be a good one here today. It's going to be very tight, very narrow in the corners, and these guys are going to be slipping and sliding all around in the hot, humid summer heat here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. It may be nighttime, but the humidity and the heat of Georgia does not go away. It stays hot Atlanta, even under the lights. And so we get ready to go for 12 laps around this racetrack, and let's go and take a look at the drivers to watch for here today. On pole today will be the 8th of Kyle Busch. He's already got 2 wins here in the NASMAR season in 2023. And that RCR number 8 Chevrolet is doing wonders for that Kyle Busch inside that race car. And he's been very powerful all season long in both NASMAR and in real life in the NASCAR Cup Series. So we'll see if he can get the job done here today in Atlanta. He's got the best starting position. And now back behind him a little ways is going to be Kevin Harvick in the 4. First Cup Series win came here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kind of came up and defined Harvick lining on the very bottom of the racetrack. Can't really do that much here, but this is his final race at Atlanta. He starts 12th, and he's already got a win in 2023, so he's locked into the playoffs. And further back behind both of them is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Larson. Both of these drivers failed pre-race inspection, and they will be starting at the tail end of the field, 35th and 36th here today at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. So with track position being a huge factor here at this racetrack, it's going to be hard to see. It's going to be hard for them to be able to make their way towards the front. Let's go and get your starting lineup here today on row number 1. It is Kyle Busch. He'll be starting along another Chevrolet and Alex Bowman. We have Martin Truex Jr. and William Byron. Behind them will be Chase Briscoe and your most recent winner, Daniel Suarez of the Chicago Street Course. We have Noah Gragson and Denny Hamlin. Rounding out your top 10 will be Chase Elliott and Eric Almirola. We have Ty Gibbs and Kevin Harvick. Behind them is Ross Chastain and Bubba Wallace. And then you're going to have Tyler Reddick and Ryan Blaney. Behind them is going to be Austin Cindric and Chris Buescher. Then you have Christopher Bell and Joey Logano. Behind them is Michael McDowell and Eric Jones. And then you have Harrison Burton and Ryan Preece now in the 41. You have Justin Haley in the 31 and BJ McLeod with a good qualifying position in the 78. Then it's Keselowski and Dillon. Then Todd Gilliland and JJ Yaley. You have AJ Allmendinger and Ty Dillon. Then you have Cole Custer in the 51 for Rick Ware Racing and Corey LaJoie. And rounding out your field, just like we said a minute ago, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Larson. And now let's head trackside to get the command to fire the engines here from M&M Cup Series, Blake Garcia.
Drivers, start your engines.
And the cars are fired up. We're getting ready to roll off here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Everyone's excited for this one. The first time under the lights, the cars are going to be shining. All the chrome numbers are going to be reflecting onto the walls, and it's going to be good here today at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Let's get this one started as Kyle Busch is going to lead the field off of the pit lane. Rolling off here, getting ready to go green behind the Toyota Super Pace car. And like we said, it's going to be a 12-lap race here today. Let's go and take a look at the rest of the race info here today. 12 laps, 36 cars. We'll have 4 lap stages, and at the end of these stages, there will be no stage cautions to keep the flow of the race in a continuum that we can keep exciting here in the NASMAR Community Cup Series. So, here we come. Get ready to go to the green flag here. Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman, they're going to press on the loud pedal, and we're racing under the lights here in Atlanta. Down into turn number 1, Kyle Busch pulls up in front of Alex Bowman. He'll pull back down and then right back up to the outside lane, which is the preferred lane here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Chevrolet 1 through 4 on the top lane into turn number 3. And off the banking of turn number 4, Kyle Busch going to lead the first lap with the 48 of Alex Bowman in tow. Here's Truex trying to rally the troops on the inside as they fall back to the inside of the racetrack, as Denny Hamlin's now going to let in his Toyota teammate right in front of him into the 5th position in line on the top. Oh, Chase Briscoe gets shuffled out just a little bit there, left to dry on the inside lane. That's something you don't usually hear about here at the Super Speedways. And here comes Alex Bowman to the inside for the point. He's got help from his Hendrick teammates and William Byron and Chase Elliott. And now here comes Joe Gibbs racing on the inside. Truex, Hamlin, and Ty Gibbs are all mounting a charge to the inside. Hendrick are going to try to keep those 3 cars out front, but here comes Truex to the inside on the last lap of stage number 1. Oh, Truex slides off the track just a little bit there. Here comes Hamlin to the inside. Bowman blocks low. He'll go back high in front of Byron. Down onto the front straight. Oh, he's going to split 3 wide. Here comes Byron to the outside for the stage win, and he'll get it at the line. Chase Elliott now to second. Hamlin slides up into the outside lane for third. Here's Ty Gibbs down to the inside with help from Chase Briscoe, who's managed to stay on the inside lane, who now has help from his SHR teammates on the inside lane. And off turn number, oh, we got trouble already in turn number 4. Ross Chastain goes spinning around. There's Eric Jones, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, and Ryan Blaney involved as well. A mini big one off of turn number 4 here on lap number 5, leading into lap number 6. Here in Atlanta, the caution's out for the first time tonight. As the cars get pulled off the racetrack, let's see what happened here to cause this melee in the corner. Oh, it looked like the left rear tire on Ross Chastain might have blown out right in front of Bubba Wallace here. As he was a little bit high on the back end, just steps out on him, and everyone just piles in trying to avoid the melee. And you see a lot of cars threading the needle through there between Logano and the pack against the wall. Man, look at the 43 car just climb the back end of the 20 car coming off the banking. As those cars get pulled off and into the garage area, we get ready to go for the restart. But first, we got to get to the choose cone. And here comes Byron and Ellie to the outside. And, of course, JGR are going to come to the inside to be able to make sure that they have an advantage there with those guys. So, we've got 2 Toyotas on the inside and 2 Chevrolets on the outside, both from the same stable. Each of their respective manufacturers. William Byron picked up the extra playoff point and 10 stage points, and we're going to try for it again. 1 lap to go in stage number 2, and Byron is not going to get a restart. Here they are, 3 wide, Briscoe to the outside. Here comes Ty Gibbs to the outside of his teammate Denny Hamlin on the back straightaway. Here comes pole sitter Kyle Busch powering through the inside lane, and off of turn number 4, rookie Ty Gibbs looking for the stage win. He'll get the green and white checkered flag, and back down to turn 1, we continue green. Here comes Byron for the point now with help from Michael McDowell. Oh, and he's going to spin off the front bumper of the 54, and the caution's going to come back out here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. William Byron goes for a wild ride as the cars slow down and get back behind the Toyota Super Pace car, and William Byron will not join them as he goes down pit road to get some fresh tires on that race car. After spinning out on turn number 2, let's see what happened here. He dove low, an impressive move, but tried to clear himself a little bit too early there off the front end of the 54 of Ty Gibbs. You can see that here. Oh, just barely clipped the right rear quarter panel of the 24 on the left front nose of the 54 and spin him around. And with this caution, we'll have 2 laps to go on the restart. Let's see how it's going to look. Ty Gibbs goes high, and McDowell goes low for the restart. That means Strick's going to be behind the number 54 car, so they are going to be powerful on the outside lane. What can McDowell and Busch do to try to get the trophy? They're back on the loud pedal. Green flag is back in the air. Ty Gibbs with a jump from Martin Truex Jr. Side by side for second now onto the back straightaway. Michael McDowell trying to get himself a win this season. They're 3 wide for third as Chase Briscoe gets hung out once again. Here they come, 2 lines of cars fully formed. White flag in the air here in Atlanta. 1.5 miles to go. Oh, there goes the 54 spinning out the front bumper of Michael McDowell. They're 3 wide for second. Here comes Truex now with the point. Bowman trying to find a way around. They fishtail back to turn 3. Bowman to the inside. Now Kyle Busch back to the back bumper of the 48 car. Coming to the checker flag. They're going to spin. Bowman to the outside wall. Looks like Truex beat him to the line. And the caution's back out as they crash, coming to the checkered flag. Who won this race? I think it was Martin Truex Jr. as a hellacious smash into the outside wall occurs for the 48 of Bowman. See what happened here. Oh, Bowman got the 19 loose heading into turn 3, looked to the inside, and off of turn number 4, he tried to stay in front of that 8 of Kyle Busch, and he just got that car too squirrely, trying to keep it in front of him. And Kyle Busch ended up spinning out the 48 car hard into the outside wall here at the line. You see right there, just boom, right side of the car picks up off the ground as the 8 car goes spinning into the infield grass as well. Let's see that one more time here. Truex on the outside barely avoids the 48 spinning in front of him as Kyle Busch goes spinning through the infield grass. And what a performance it was for Truex. Stayed up front all day long, and he will win here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway under the lights in the Quaker State 400. And once again, another look here for the 48 car. What a tough hit that was in the outside wall. And here are your race results from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Martin Truex Jr. out on top. Pole sitter Kyle Busch, a net -1 spot here. Finishing second, Bowman third, even after that huge crash. Noah Gragson and homeboy Chase Elliott running out your top 5. And Stenhouse and Larson managed to make the way up into the top 20 here after failing pre-race inspection. So a solid showing for them, only in 12 laps. So good job for them to make their way up towards the front. And we look onto the last page here. You see BJ McLeod, as it was an early exit from this race, pulled into the garage before the first crash. You see the guys from the big one early on in this race there, just ahead of them. Let's go and take a look at the stage results as well. So here's stage 1 results. William Byron picked up the stage point, the playoff point and the extra 10 points. And Noah Gregson ended up getting himself one as well. So there's the top 10. They got those first stage points in stage number 1. And stage number 2 ended up being a solid run as well. And it was Ty Gibbs taking home that green and white checkered flag. Byron with a solid 19-point gain here today in both of the stages. So with his little spin, it wasn't too big of a deficit to him after getting all those other points here today early on in the race. Well, that's it from NASMAR Community Cup Series racing here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and the next race will be from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway on another channel. But if you'd like to figure out what that next race will be and see all the past races as well, the official playlist will be in the description. If you want to find out how you can make the playoff races for the NASMAR Community Cup Series, you can join the Discord, also linked in the description for the NASMAR Community Cup Series, and you can have your shot at it and see what you can do to make yourself a playoff race to get into this fantastic community of stop motion creation. Thank you all once again for watching here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway under the lights for the first time in about 10 years. Congratulations to Martin Truex Jr. and all of his fans, and have fun tonight watching the real-life NASCAR Cup Series go racing from the Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Quaker State 400. Who do you think's going to win that one? Well, obviously, if you're watching this in the future, you already know who won, but it's the fun of the process for the next few hours of the night. Thanks again, once again, for watching, and stay tuned for RAPTOR Truck Series Racing on the Miscraft Broadcasting channel. And until then, we'll see you next time.